Hey guys, welcome back to Ken Cinema Sofa. If it's your first time here, I'm your brother Ken, a missionary of 15 years here in Japan. But this channel is all about exploring my other passion, awesome cinema and TV. And we're gonna get in some TV tonight, man. This is Shogun. I'm excited. I'm so glad it's finally here. It's a no-brainer that I would do this show. I mean, I've been here, as I said, in Japan 15 years, studied Japanese as my minor in university. You can tell how long I've been here. I said university instead of college. Back in college, it was my major. In college, it was my minor. I studied karate back when I was in high school up into my early 20s, and that really is what sparked my interest in Japan. I'm a missionary. I could have gone anywhere that I felt God calling me, but I just really felt a strong interest in Japanese culture, and then afterwards, of course, the people as I got to know them. Came here my first trip back in 2001. Let you know how old I am. Came here alone, worked in the FedEx packaging plant just to save money. Took a semester break off of my time in college. Came here alone, stayed 2 weeks. Came back in 2015, stayed a month with 6 other guys. That was crazy. Wild. We were having a wild time trying to drive from Tokyo to Osaka. We rented a car. We couldn't even get out of Tokyo. We saw the expressway one time. There it is. And we just ended up sleeping in the car. So my father has been really just excited about this show. He's been raving about it, man. So what can I say? I'm excited too. And then I've seen some of you in the comments, looking at you, Michael, if you happen to see this video, I think you will, that are really excited about it. And we're hoping that I would watch the original first. I am aware of it with Richard Chamberlain. I just never got around to seeing it. Never watched it. Yeah, I'm going into this blind. We'll see what I can add to it. I'm pretty sure I'll have a lot of commentary to add. If you see me or hear me speaking at length, it means that I paused the show. Don't worry, okay? So without further ado, we're going to jump into it. Shogun episode 1. Before we do that, please do me a favor. Like, subscribe, help a brother grow his channel. If you like my content, if you like me, come on, join us on the sofa. It's a fun time. I'm still a small enough channel where I can answer everybody's comments fairly quickly, okay? So I love to have deep discussions, fun discussions. So come on, join us on the sofa and have some fun, okay? Let's do it. Okay, that's creepy. Man, okay, they had a hard time. It's really beautiful cinematography so far. It's only been a couple seconds. Portuguese Catholics have richly profited from trade in Japan. They have kept it with whereabouts hidden from the sources. European Protestants. Oh, okay, yeah. Seitai Shogun. That's the full expression. Seitai Shogun, which means like commander-in-chief of the expeditionary forces against the barbarians. The barbarians would have been the Emishi, which, related to Ainu. The languages are related, but, they're the indigenous people of Japan. Touchy subject. Okay, so land is nearby? Is that what that's for? This guy's looking rough around the edges.
White sand by the Mark 10. 10 fathoms. You see what you want to see? Oh, the son of a bitch.
Oh, no. Okay, so they've been lost at sea for a while.
Time has come for you to start making plans. You have no food. We'll make plans. You never know where to give up. We'll reach the Japan. Japan, listen to yourself. That is
The Japans. Maybe they're saying the Japans because the word Japan is like, I believe, a Portuguese origin.
At my age, draw your line. That would be a coward's way out. Study to fear. Say only a soft wind in your face. That is the breath of the Almighty. He's calling us.
Beautiful writing. Poetic. What do you do in that kind of situation? Man, I can't imagine. I did get to, travel by camel in the Moroccan Saharan desert. And if not for those guides, man, whew, But it was achingly beautiful, I have to tell you. Kakure Christian. Kakure Christian means hidden Christians. They had to hide in ancient Japan because Christianity was outlawed. At this time period, I'm not quite sure. Wow, that looks like a ghost ship. Man, look at that. Wow, very authentic armor there. It's got a very grungy look to it. I appreciate that authenticity, you know? Ew. Starving, but still strong. Nanimo gozarimashou. That sounds like old Japanese dialect. I don't think they don't talk like that anymore. Castle Town. In ancient Japan, just like in many other cultures, you would have a... Ooh, wow. Look at that. Man, that was, I mean, I'm sad for the other animal, but man, that was artistically and cinematically well done. I like that they didn't cut either. I love that when they don't cut away, just let it flow. Is this my boy? Yeah. Okay. Conserving energy. Waiting for a moment. Yeah, this is Sanada-san. I love this actor. Last Samurai, Twilight Samurai. The cool thing about this actor, and you can tell it in his films, is that he's an actual martial artist. His master was the guy that played in Kill Bill. He played Hattori Hanzo in Kill Bill Volume 1. That was his master in real life. Toranaga. So that's what I was going to say. Like, you have a town that's built up around a castle. Many of these castles have been destroyed today, unfortunately. There are some that are still around. You can visit them, and the towns that sprung up around them. Really cool. Oh, that's too bad. I love Osaka. Okay. In that case. Oh, look at that. Oh, tatami room. Huge tatami room. Tatami are the mats, if you don't know. Kanto. So the Kanto region is the area of the Great Plain in Japan where Tokyo is. Okay, that was forward. Even I felt that. That's more forward than you would usually be in Japanese culture. They're very indirect with communication. Oh. Oh no. Tadayoshi. No, that's the name of the kid in my elementary school that gave me so much trouble. So he's a nice boy, but it's too. Yeah, calm down. Chill out. No seppuku, please. No slicing of the belly. Oh my God, I knew it. No. Oh Lord. You can see in that moment that he had care for that young man. He just couldn't show it. Okay. Man. That's something, you know, I think the last seppuku actually happened in the late 1960s. There was I think, Oshima. There was a Japanese poet that staged an insurrection against the Japanese government. Sorry, Oshima, no, Mishima. Yukio Mishima. My brain is not an encyclopedia. It's some stuff I forget. But yeah, Mishima and 4 members of his militia entered a military base in central Tokyo, took its commandant hostage, and unsuccessfully tried. Yeah, Mishima then committed seppuku, a ritual Japanese method. Yeah, 1970, guys, 1970. Usami Tadayoshi. He's married to your granddaughter, isn't he? Hmm. Oh my, so he did do it. My man, guys, this was a dangerous time to live in. He wants to see this in person. Catholic.
What I've been telling you, they're Japanese. Political secret empire.
The Japanese call themselves Nihonjin, right? Nihon is the Japanese name for Japan, and Jin is person. So Japan, right? Person.
Portuguese. Tell them who we are. We'll be hanged.
They don't know who we are.
He's got an interesting British accent. When I first heard his voice, I couldn't see him behind the wet hair. I expected an old man. I don't mean that in a negative way. Just very defined.
We should be corpses by now, but here we are, 12. Shit-smelling. Generally able-bodied. Protestant scoundrel. On a mission against a savage horde.
Okay, so he's still alive. Okay. I'm glad. Yo! That's such a striking image. I don't know how I feel about that with that baby so close. So she was also a Christian. It seems to be like this is before the period of the hidden Christians, Kakure Christian, because people seem to be outward with their Christianity. But later, you know, they would be forced to worship in secret, even etching crosses on the back of Buddhist shrines to worship God in secret. Oh, this guy. What is his name? Tadao Isanobu? Wait a minute. Tadanobu Asano. Sorry. Yeah.
Hello there. You the leader of these men?
Guys. No!
We are merchants. I request we be released to the safety of our...
He doesn't understand what you're saying.
ポルトガル語はほとんど話せませんね。おとなしくするよ伝えよ。Be good.
Is this the Japan's?
Hi. Yes.
Yeah.
If this is how he treats guests, tell this poxy little bastard I piss on his whole damn country.
Don't do that. Oh no. And they keep calling them barbarians and savages, and in fact, the Japanese word for foreigner, gaijin, they should be gaikokujin, but derogatory form is gaijin. It means barbarian, foreigner. Many Christians here. Oh! I'm sorry, my studio is right by the doors here. Man, okay. So even though this is before the hidden Christian period, you can see already how they feel about Christianity and therefore, you know, foreigners, because they feel that the barbarians brought this foreign religion to our country, right? And are slowly through this religion trying to conquer our country. And if you think I'm really like laying that on thick, I had a guy a year ago, an Oji-san, old man by the 7-Eleven here, who knew me for several months. We bumped into each other there, have a chat and everything, got along well until he found out I was a missionary. And his tone totally changed to me. Smoking on a cigarette. I hate you missionaries. You come here before the empires. Which I had to remind him I was an African-American man. You know, I don't represent any empire. It's just the kingdom of heaven. But anyway, I digress.
He asked to know who you are and how you came to this land. Who are you? Servant of God. Your God. But that distinction, you pagan prick. And you're a pirate. Come to war on a peaceful Portuguese settlement.
It's ironic I'm watching this scene just a little over a week after Halloween, right? Because that was the day where Martin Luther took his theses, his critique of the Catholic Church, and nailed it to the doors of the castle church. So this is interesting here. Like we're seeing in the show, like this fundamental problem between Christian denominations at play on this screen.
I beg your king for parley.
Parley.
I humbly ask to say that.
I'm tired of this mess.
Your heretic ship now belongs to him. You will soon be executed, as will your men.
Did he say all that? I don't think so.
I am not one of them, and I will not be spoken for by Catholics.
Uh-oh. He might like that, actually. Yeah, see? When he stepped on the cross, he liked that. Uh-oh. I don't know. I feel worried about that. Special way. Haha ue. That's interesting. Haha ue. Haha means mother. They would just say haha now, but haha ue, like above, mother above me. That's a very old term they don't use anymore. Shogun. Interesting, because I wonder if this guy is supposed to be like the fictional version of Tokugawa Ieyasu, who was the actual shogun, I think, that came into power around this time. Anyone that knows in the comments more than me about this, let me know. Oh, what's this going on? Okay, even this guy looks like, oh, this is too much. Oh, no, man. Isn't this how GOEMON, the famous ninja GOEMON died? Ah, please don't tell me I gotta watch this. Yeah, they say the famous folk hero GOEMON, who is like a ninja, who kind of a Robin Hood character in ancient Japan, died in a very similar way. And there are some versions of the tale that say that he died hoisting his baby son above his head so that, you know, obviously he would be spared. And I can't remember how the tale went, that I think the child was spared. Someone saved him afterwards. I can't remember. If you know the tale, please let me know in the comments how it turned out. This guy's out there just listening. You can't tell if he's enjoying it. I mean, he said it's his favorite way, but this is the closest he can get. Oh, come on. Man, people in the ancient world, man, can be brutal. I mean, today too is human nature, but we live in a world now with, you know, satellite and all kind of cameras watching you all the time. It's harder to get away with such brutality. Huh? Gonna get this guy killed. Another seppuku. Miso soup? This actor is just so funny to me. I think what it is about him that I like is that in many of his roles, he just has an expression that I'm so over this. Whatever it is, I'm so over it.
Where are my boots?
It's funny, like he's not that different from, you know, foreigners today that come here. Even some of my friends, they keep speaking. They think that the more they speak English, even slowly, that Japanese people are just going to magically be able to understand. The barbarian took a long time to die. Whoa. He was stronger than most Christians. Give me a point about him. This is a very complex guy. You know, when people live in a time like this where it's just so brutal, like you become desensitized to death. Ranaga Dono. Oh no, it's his boy. Okay. Oh, I love that. That's that very classic Japanese mode of communication. Indirect, right? Osaka.
Nowhere until I see my men.
Oh. Wait a minute. Is that the dude? Is that that's the mayor from the Dark Knight films? The mayor of Gotham. Talk about good acting. Whoa.
I must know if my crew is alive. Then good news, only one of your crew is dead, and the Jappers say they'll free the rest of them.
The Jappers.
Oh, yeah, hear this. What does he want with me? Play with your balls, maybe. That's what I mean. But he's a powerful sword, so I might let him.
Okay.
I didn't catch your name, friend. Rodriguez. And I'm a Spaniard who sails for the Portuguese, and I'll be friends.
I'm really liking this. This is a very fully realized world. And I know that sounds like, okay, of course, Ken, it's a film, but not every movie and TV show pays enough attention to details to make you feel transported like this.
You had 20 guns on that ship. 20 guns. To defend ourselves from unlawful Portuguese galleons piloted by Spanish dogs. I like hearing this, I do. In fact, even if we have a long night ahead of us, I think I shall allow you the honor of taking this watch. Come. Kind of you to trust me. Well, why not? You are a pilot, not a godless savage, eh? Kokoro emashita ka?
Aye. Yeah. He picked up that much. Yeah.
We've got to turn ourselves into the swell!
There it is, the land.
Kusama, your pilot is somewhere. Here. For all we know, we could still be breathing. No. Where I come from, we don't leave a man behind. あのスペインを探すことには道理がございます。あの男は優秀な男子である。お主が連れて行く。急げ。I'll bring him up. Me. Oh, I see. You can't turn down the challenge in front of your men, can you? Go on, savage. Maybe the fall will kill you before you drown.
Hey man, be careful. You might have, there's so many people in Japan that act like they can't speak English. It's not like they're trying to be deceptive, but wait a minute. Pause this. You'll know them for a little bit, and then one day they'll just start speaking English in front of you, like what? And it's not to be deceptive, not all, but it's just to they look at it as boasting that you have this skill that other Japanese don't have, and in this culture, it's considered just rude and haughty to show off, right? This is a culture that is very much about uniformity, right? Everyone moves in this direction together. The unit is more important than the individual. So, showing off and showing that you can speak English is, but this guy is a lord. I don't think he would be doing that, but it just made me think about this. But you know what? This is what barriers in language do, man. Like to the other person, it sounds like you're a baby, right? Because you don't know how to communicate in their language. And psychologically, that makes people feel superior. Ooh. Oh, I know that's gotta hurt. Well, he's been holding a samurai sword probably since he was 7, so maybe not. Ah!
What the hell is he doing?
I was gonna say, come on, don't make this a 1-episode thing. I like this actor. Oh, okay. I was about to say, that was right there in the moment I was seeing that the image that he's too busy. He's got other projects to work on. It could be just the character. I never saw the original. I never read the book. So, and yeah, that's right. That's right, boy. That's the look on his face.
大老師を抱き込んで以来、目に映るのは死の影ばかりじゃ。大老の皆様が殿に切腹をお命じになるなら、我らもお供いたしまする。ポルトガル語が話せるとき。
I'm told you speak Portuguese.
広松殿が網代で捕らえた者を連れてまいる。そなたに通詞を頼む。
I want you to translate for us.
父上が亡くなって14年か。明智人斎殿は勇敢で真偽に厚く尊敬に値する御人であったろう。その
Okay.
お父上の後を追うことを許されない。もしわしがそなたの主家として生きる意味を取り戻してやれるとしたら、その偉人、そなたの奉ずるデウスの道を嫌っておるようし、そなたの神への忠誠とわしへの忠義の心は相反する。
Yeah, see, this is the danger that the schism in Christianity has caused, right, between Catholics and Protestants. And I'm not saying that there was no good reason for the break. Of course, I'm a Protestant. I believe what I believe according to Scripture. But it should, the gospel and the sharing of the good news of Christ and missions is never supposed to bring this kind of conflict where it affects the people that you're supposed to be ministering to. And I don't know, maybe in this series I'll talk about it later, but that came to a head later on with the 26 martyrs of Japan. And, I'll talk about that another time.
That man was going to kill himself up on that cliff. He risked his life to save you. And then when he was done for in those waves, he didn't fight.
He chose his death. What better end can a man hope for?
How can you just accept being powerless to this madness? You mean to this life? Zekimo gosaimasen. One cannot resist the unseen path of nature.
So I wonder if he knew what he was going to. What had he heard about the Japans?
Which means this belongs to you. At least of all the Catholic bases that you and your so-called merchant crew were put into the torch. I mean, real savage business, if you ask me.
Huh.
I won't die in this wretched land. I tell you what, English, we're coming into port soon. What are you going up there? Well, tell me what you see. And tell me, when you set eyes on Osaka, if you really think our world is the hint of civilization.
Oh, wow.
The one who screams in the open.
He is going through with it.
There's a saying out here that every man has 3 hearts. One in his mouth for the world to know. Another in his chest, just for his friends. And a secret heart, buried deep, where no one can find it.
Sounds like a form of the Honen Tatemae, the 2 masks that are prevalent in Japan. Keeping one hidden, that's the real you.
Brought you here for a reason.
Wow. I know this is not a Marvel film, but let me skip to the end. Is there any secret scenes? No. I've been spoiled by those secret scenes from Marvel. Okay, that was episode 1 of Shogun. That was great. Man, that is good television. Wait a minute, I need to take a little drink. Some lemon tea. Man, what can I say? Everything from the acting to the production to the sound, the music, the soundtrack, right? This cinematography. I can see why this has gotten such praise and such high ratings. I went on Rotten Tomatoes, didn't look at the story or anything, just, looked, and I just saw that, whenever I see universal acclaim, I'm like, oh, I get so excited. Man. And for me, I thought that this would be kind of like one of those moments on my channel where, I watch some anime or something and I enjoy the show. I enjoy the movie, but I'm just really, like firing on all, cylinders, just, giving you as many facts and information about the culture as I know. But this pleasantly is such a learning experience for me too, because whoever, wrote, well, I know the person there was a guy that wrote the novel. I never read the novel, but whoever was behind, writing it and adapting it for TV, the screen, they really went above and beyond to just make me feel transported to this time. Even going and, using a style of Japanese that is antiquated, that people don't use. And if you look at many other, movies and TV shows that take place in ancient Japan or samurai era, they don't always do that, especially if they're made in America. They don't care, right? Who knows? This sounds Japanese to everybody. But for people like me that live in Japan, and I've been here 15 years, I can hear the difference. It's like, okay, I'm getting bits and pieces of the meaning. Whereas if it was modern Japanese, I would more clearly understand it. Yeah, I love that. To me, that is just such rich world building. It doesn't have to be just about Japan. I love that in anything. I love it in Lord of the Rings. I love it in Game of Thrones. I had to give up on Game of Thrones. Certain subject matter just didn't jive with me anymore as a Bible teacher here in Japan. But you know what I mean. My point is that, details bring authenticity, and authenticity transports you as a viewer, as a reader, to a different world, and it doesn't even have to be a fantasy world. If you go back, even in Chicago, where I'm from, if you didn't get that, if you go back to Chicago, just 60 or 70 years, people are just talking differently. The hairstyles are different, right? Even 30 years ago, the step high top fade, I never rocked that, thank God. But yeah, I'm really loving this show, and I'm really excited for the next episode. I was really hoping that it wasn't going to be a show that I just like and want to get to the next episode because I want to be a completionist, and perfectionist and complete the whole thing, of course. But I am genuinely looking forward to the next episode. The story is great. I'm really interested in that, and I'm shocked, but how do I say? I'm not happy that anyone died, of course, but my point is that I'm shocked and I'm pleased with the level of realness that they're showing, that moral ambiguity, right? And as some people may just say because it's a different culture, right? But it's still causing people pain, right? When we see like the seppuku and, that child meeting its end as well, and that they would show that on screen, especially when, in stories like this, they're welcoming you into another culture and they want to show the culture usually for its nobility and like the kind of thing that people feel, especially in older days of watching these kind of films, when people come overseas and they go overseas expecting that new culture to be better than their own, and I know what that's like. I've been here. This is my third time saying this. I've been in Japan 15 years. And when I came here, I was on a cultural high, and the first several years here in Japan, it was beautiful. It was like a honeymoon. And they say in, culture shock, there's actually a graph that shows like the honeymoon period, right? Where the country you're in, the new country, can do no wrong, right? You're in love with, having pillow talk with this country, and then you start to notice some things after usually the third year, fourth year, right? And then they call it the adaptation phase. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So the honeymoon period, and then the culture shock, and then you have the adjustment phase, and then adaptation. And the adaptation point it's not going to be as high as the honeymoon period, right? But it's not going to be as low as the culture shock. It's going to be right in the middle here, a little bit closer to the honeymoon period. and it'll be stable. And all you're doing is you're just learning to accept this place for all of its good and bad, like you do at your regular home where you grew up, you know? So there are people that, the reason I brought that up is because there are people that have that mentality when they travel overseas, right? And so when they have the same mentality when they watch a TV show about that culture that they're interested in, right? But then the directors, which are also usually people that are in love with that country, will paint a picture of that country that is just all honeymoon phase. But I really appreciate that this show, it integrated real elements of Japanese culture in the past, but some of it you can see the ghosts, the vapors of it in today's society, right? Not many people are committing seppuku today, but there's a high suicide rate here, you know, and there are various reasons for that, right? It's not all depression. But yeah, I really, appreciate and respect the bravery of the filmmakers to put all of this on display and not offer any easy answers, it's part of the culture. And obviously the people that are getting it done, they're not happy about it. It's tearing them up inside. But once again, in Japanese culture, showing your emotions, showing the hone, the true feeling, how you feel, is frowned upon, So yeah. So far, look, loving it. I am excited for episode 2. I would watch it tonight. I really want to, but what time is it? It's 11:45. I don't have a class tomorrow, art class here in the studio until 5 p.m. tomorrow. So no. I got some other stuff to do. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I hope that you enjoyed my reaction. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Make it known that you like what I'm doing. It really encourages me to do more. If you didn't like it, you can give me a thumbs down. Hey, look, I will also do better anyway. God bless you wherever you are in the world right now. And I'll see you next time on the sofa.